Good evening, everyone. Leah Dixon here from Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. Tonight is Paper Pumpkin Night. So my kit arrived a little while ago, but I was on vacation, so I'm finally getting a chance to open up the August Paper Pumpkin. For those of you who got your hands on one of these, congratulations, because this kit was such a popular kit. Stampin' Up! Has actually announced that there will be no refills or anything for this kit. So if you've got yours, grab it and stamp along. And if you didn't get this kit, I'm super, super sorry. You can contact me and I do have one extra. But yeah, this one is gone. Tomorrow morning, though, I am doing a free live card class, and it's going to be featuring the where did it go? Celebrate Sunflowers, I think is what it's called. Yeah, Celebrate Sunflowers. And I'm going to be creating some cards inspired by this paper pumpkin as well. So I'm going to switch over to my desktop so you guys can see this kit. I actually haven't even opened the box. I've just seen things that other people have posted. So I'm super, super excited for this one. All right. And as you pop on, say hi. I'd love to know who's watching. So this is the paper pumpkin. It is absolutely, like, even just the box is gorgeous with all these watercolors and everything. So here we go. So inside our kit, we have got an awesome stamp set here. Let's turn it so you guys can actually read it. There we go. So it's got the sunflower in the center, some leaves, and then two cute little bees. Then it says, thank you. Wishing you so much happiness for a one-of-a-kind friend, and hello. So really nice, useful sentiments. Hello. So great little stamp set. And then, oh, they did tell us, I remember this now, that we were getting 2 ink spots. We have Crushed Curry and Soft Suede are the colors for this month. So that's awesome. I'm going to grab my Crushed Curry and my Soft Suede. Fabulous. Okay, the next thing we have here is just a reminder that holiday crafting is coming to Paper Pumpkin. So the next 3 months are going to be holidays. We've got Halloween followed by 2 Christmas kits coming up. And right now is a great, great time to actually grab your paper pumpkins because you can get a prepaid subscription and earn Sale-a-bration items. And, you know, if you're looking at this going, oh, well, I'm not sure about Halloween stuff, you can grab your prepaid subscription and then just don't get the September kit and go ahead and grab the October, November, December. You can always suspend your subscription and then you just miss that month and start up again for the next month, and it doesn't, like, it's not like you're losing it. So it's a great thing to do right now with that. And then we've got a little tip here on how to make the most of our free gift, because in this kit, we actually get, I think it's 8 of these gorgeous gold honeycombs. So really, really beautiful. So it's just letting us know how to use them. Okay, loosely cut. Oh, very cool. All right, so a little bit of information on how to use them. Fabulous. Okay. And now I'm going to put this box off to the side, and we are going to take a peek what's inside here. I always like to save this tissue as well for, like, when I make a little gift bag or something, and I've got tissue to go in it. So I'll set that off to the side as well. And I am already super, super impressed. So it just says Facebook user. Somebody's asking if I have an extra one that they can pick up. Absolutely. I'll just have to go back and watch the Facebook video afterwards to know who that was, because your name's not coming up. All right, so here we go. Let's open this up. I might regret that decision once I see what this kit's all about, but that's okay. I don't have enough time to stamp more than one kit's worth, so. All right, so we have a few little mini dimensionals, a few mini glue dots, and then we have some incredible envelopes. Wow, that is beautiful. So the envelopes as well are all painted. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. Okay, and all the envelopes are the same. Wow, those are beautiful. Okay. Oh, it's Debbie Freeman. Absolutely. Oh, don't worry, Debbie. I'm good. I I don't have enough hours in the day to stamp all the things I want to stamp. All right, so I always forget that the instructions are tucked into the back. So we'll grab those. And so they show us exactly how to make all the cards with full color instructions. So it's just fabulous. This is a gorgeous piece. It's got the watercolor on it, and then it's got like a built-in honeycomb background. Beautiful. So we're going to grab one of those, pop the rest in the box. All right, then we've got these gorgeous labels. Oh my goodness. So for right now, I'm just going to pop, actually, I'm not even going to because I don't know which ones I'm going to need. I'm just going to set that to the side. Wow. What a beautiful card base. So we've got kind of this fun, beautiful watercolor on one side and then the flowers with the watercolor on the other. I do love when cards have that on both sides, but I also feel like I'm not sure I could use the card like that. I may have to cut it up and put it onto a card base because it seems like such a shame. And so same with this one, we've got the sunflowers on one side and then the gorgeous decorated background, but that just seems too beautiful to waste as the back of a card. So I may be altering even the original projects tonight. I'm not sure that I can go ahead. All right, and then we've got these green ones. I must have grabbed too many in that last set. Yeah, there we go. So we have enough here to make 3 of each card. And so then the beautiful green as well that we're going to put the gold foil on top of. And then some more beautiful die cuts, including some bumblebees. Oh, so sweet. And then some vellum hives. Wow, those are gorgeous. And it looks like there's 5, which must mean we're getting 2 extras because typically they give us either exactly what we need or a little bit extra. So, all right, let's find those instructions and get started. And we'll see. I think I may have to modify as we go. We'll see. All right. So actually, for sure, for this first card, I am going to modify. Sorry, guys, I just can't do it. For this one, we're supposed to fold this and attach this piece directly onto that green background. But that means I'm wasting a whole green piece that I could be using with that gold foil hive. So not going to happen. I am going to grab my paper trimmer and trim this down to put it onto a white card base. So let's see what size these are. That's already 5.5. So I'm going to cut it right at 4.25. And I'm going to put it onto a white card base. Just like fully covering the whole front of the white card base. Okay, so let's see. I always keep a stack over here. Now, if you wanted to, you don't have to put it onto a white card base. You could grab a Mossy Meadow card base and put it onto a Mossy Meadow, actually, which might be what I do. I might actually put this onto a Mossy Meadow card base and then put a white insert in it. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to go grab some cardstock, guys. All right, Mossy Meadow. Okay, so I'm just going to score this. Sorry, guys. Because I hadn't opened this kit at all, I didn't quite know what to expect here. So let's see. Grab that. So if you do have this kit and you're kind of making a wish list of things you'd like to go with this card kit, Mossy Meadow cardstock might be one of those things. And then, of course, I'm always using basic white cardstock. So that's going to work out perfectly. I'm going to put that onto a Mossy Meadow card base. And that's going to be great. So I like to use liquid glue when I do this kind of thing. Because then if I don't line it up perfectly, we're good. I can still just wiggle it around. Now, often doing something like this, I would trim it down to 4 by 5.25. But because we're going to be putting the honeycomb layer on as well, I don't actually want to lose any of this card front. So there we go. All right, just like that. Okay. And then I'm also going to take my piece of white and put it in there right away, because otherwise I'm going to forget to, and I'm going to give somebody a card, and I'm going to have to be racing around to fill it later, and I hate that. All right, here we go. So, okay, so now our card is ready to go. So the instructions simply show to use some mini glue dots to attach this piece to the front. Now, because I have my liquid glue here, I'm not going to bother with the mini glue dots. They, of course, cannot put liquid glue into your card kit. So they just said to put 4 mini glue dots on there. I'm just going to grab my liquid glue and pop that down. There we go. All right, and then we are supposed to grab one of these beautiful little labels. Now, because we only make 3 of each card, it looks like we're going to have an extra one of these labels as well, which is really nice. All right, and then put the yellow down and stamp a sentiment on there. Now, there it is. So you're a one-of-a-kind friend. So if it's your first time ordering Paper Pumpkin, you will get a block, a paper pumpkin block in your kit. And so you just stick that right on there. Now this is a new stamp, so we'll just kind of rub it on the paper a bit. There we go. All right, and then I love these photopolymer stamps because I can see right through. So I can line that up and stamp it exactly where I want it. So pretty. And so that was the soft suede ink that I used for that. And then they say just grab some dimensionals. Now they gave us a little pack, but I already have a sheet going here, so I'm just going to grab mine. Pull the backings off. And then we're supposed to use this to fill in that little space up there. And it looks like there's also supposed to be 2 little bees on here. So one facing each direction. This one's going to go on with a mini dimensional there. And this one is supposed to go on right over there with a mini dimensional. So let's see, I didn't grab minis, so let's grab some minis. There we go. And those fit just perfectly on the backs of these bees. They just got exactly the right size. All right. And I just realized this kit doesn't have any bling in it. How interesting. Okay. No ribbon, no embellishments. All right. That's okay. And there we go. We'll put our little bee there. And that's our first card completed. So it took a little bit longer because I did, of course, modify it just a bit because I didn't want to waste that beautiful card. So now I still have half of that card base that I can use for an alternative project. So super happy about that. So, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. These are beautiful cards. Okay. We'll set that one to the side. I'm going to grab the next set of instructions. I have a feeling I'm going to have to trim this one down as well. I don't think I can bring myself to use this one fully either. So this one, we're supposed to fold that like that, and then we're missing out on that gorgeous background on the back of our card. So this one I'm going to trim down as well. I will put this one onto a white card base. And I think for this one, because we're just adding a little sentiment, I actually will trim it a bit more so that it's a 4 by 5 1/4 kind of layer. So we're going to pop this in, or yeah, 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm actually going to do it, I'm going to trim it the other way. So I'm going to trim it as close as I can to the score line. There we go. So we've got this beautiful piece to save and use on another card somewhere else. And then I'll turn that around to do my actual trimming. And I might actually not even go as far as 4 by 5 1/4. I think I'll do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So just giving it the very, very slightest border on our card front. And so this is not my usual. I usually make the first set just completely as is, but I just feel like I can't for this one. All right, so that's just got this most subtle little border. You know what? I'm actually thinking it does need a full proper border. Sorry, guys. I'm a little indecisive sometimes when I am trying to modify things. So I'm going to do this all the way down to 4 5/4. There we go. All right. It also makes it easier to line this up when we're putting it onto our card front. Oh, yeah, sometimes it is nice to be able to just grab the kit, but because I know that it's not always in there, I have my own little pack for travel. So I always have blocks in my little travel case and a pair of scissors and a stamp cleaner, always just my Simply Chamois, just sitting in my little travel bag so I can stamp on the go. So it all works out. Okie dokie. So here we go. I'm going to attach that to our basic white card base. Okay, there. All right, and then we are supposed to grab, I'm going to leave my liquid glue open. We are supposed to grab one of those beautiful little honeycombs, the vellum honeycombs. And then let's see what else. One of these purple stripes. Now we did just get 3 of these, but you can always use the in-betweens once you've punched all of these out, and then they're just a little bit skinnier pieces that you've got. And then one of these, and we do have extras of these as well. So we've got 4. Okay. So we're going to take that and we're going to stamp our sentiment on here. So wishing you so much happiness. And it looks like, again, we are using our soft suede. So where, oh, there it is. Wishing you so much happiness. Awesome. It's such a nice sentiment. So I am going to use a smaller block just because I happen to have it. There we go. Okay. Now, if you are using the larger block, I tend to put these near the top of the block, and then you won't accidentally get too much ink on it. All right, there we go. So just like that, wishing you so much happiness. So pretty. All right, now we are supposed to use mini glue dots to attach these 2 pieces, and then we will use dimensionals for the sentiment. Okay, that's easy peasy. So I'm actually going to layer them together the way I want them layered. So kind of more on a diagonal like that. I'm going to put them together like that, and then I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, something else that I always keep in my, okay, I did get it. Something else that I always keep in my kit. And I'm actually going to use these mini glue dots kind of to hold this onto the banner. And then also to the ends. There we go. Now, use the tool to pick these off as well. Okay. There we go. So I do prefer the mini glue dots on the roll because then you don't have these little backings to deal with, but that's okay. I'm managing. So if you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, it is a lifesaver for these backings as well as for like embellishments and stuff. All right, so we put that on, try and keep that straight. And then we'll grab some mini dimensionals and put them on the back of our sentiment strip. All right. There we have it. And I believe, oh no, we have 2 little bees to add to this one as well. We are not done. Okay, so then that goes on there. And then we grab our 2 little bees, and again, 1 in each direction. Put those over, grab some minis. There we go. Oh, and that one there. So I guess the bees are the embellishments on this kit. That's cute. All right. And then just like that. And just like that. Super sweet. All right, so that is the second card in this incredible kit. Oh my goodness. It is so beautiful. All right, set that off to the side and we'll see about this last card. So the last card, we're going to do a little trimming again because this is so beautiful. I want to use this for something. I don't want to just hide that on the back of a card. So we're going to trim this down. Now, I think I've learned my lesson. I really like the look of the full border. So we're going to just start there on this one. So 4 and 5 1/4. So, oops, that's a scoring bit. There we go, cutting board. All right, so we've got that one. Now this one we could put on a white card base, or we could grab some bright colors, or even, I wonder what it would look like on the Mossy Meadow. So we've got Mossy Meadow to go around it, or I think I'm going to go with basic white just because I have this cut and scored in my preferred fold. And yeah, I think we're going to go with the white. All right, so we've got that. We're going to glue this straight down to our card base. There we go. Uh-oh, I just got a little bit of glue on my thumb. That's very unlike me. All right, so I'm going to take that and pop that down. Oh, that is so pretty. And I actually like that the white here has a bit of a watercolor to it, so it stands out from the white background. That's awesome. Okay, so with that done, let's see what they're asking us to do next. So then we're going to grab one of these beautiful pink and yellow. I think it's polished pink and crushed curry. We're going to grab that label. So we've used all the labels, so we have a few extras. And we're going to put the thank you onto this one. Now, you could put the wishing you much happiness on this as well. It would fit. But we've already used that one, so I'll show you guys the little cute thank you. And we're going to stamp that in soft suede as well. I think for these cards, we are only using soft suede. I think the reason they gave us the crushed curry is to use on alternatives for creating the sunflower image. Because for this one, we don't seem to need it for anything. So we've got that stamped. Then we're going to grab one of our sunflowers. And we'll be stamping the center of that. Oh, we do use... Forgive me, we do use the crushed curry on this one. Oh, that is so super duper cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so a little fun here with the stamping. So we'll start with the center that we're going to do with soft suede. So they've asked us to stamp the middle of our sunflower with soft suede. And there we go. And then we are going to use our crushed curry to stamp the accent on this beautiful little sunflower. So let's grab a block for that. And we're actually going to stamp it twice, apparently. So let's see here. I'll ink this up. So it shows to line this up. This is going to be the tricky part. Let's see. Oh, there we go. To line that up and stamp it. And then, okay, come on. Peel yourself off. There we go. Then it shows to ink it up again. And instead of stamping it like that, to twist it onto an angle and stamp it again. And voila, we get that awesome accent on that sunflower and a lot of detail on it. That is so pretty. I love it. Okay. Now I stamped mine off a little bit, so I'm actually going to grab a blender brush and just fill in a little bit of what I missed. So you could, the other thing you could do is stamp first and then do the center, and then you could probably line the center up a bit better. But I'm just going to use a blender brush to come around this. And just fill that in a bit. Awesome. Okay, and just, oh, that crushed curry is strong. So then once you've used your blender brush, just kind of rub it until the color's gone. And then you're good to go in another color. Okay, there we go. That's nice and clean. All right, so now that we've got that done, we have a few more pieces to grab. We are going to grab one of these little bouquets. And, oh, come on. There we go. So one of those bouquets we get to grab, and, oh, another honeycomb. All right, where did I put them? I think I might have thrown them back in the box. Okay, let's go digging for honeycombs. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, and there we go. We got 6 of them. So we don't have any extras. We have just what we need for these projects. Okay, so now we're going to attach the honeycomb. Looks like, how do we do this? We're going to attach these over here with mini glue dots, and we're going to attach the honeycomb over here with mini glue dots. All right, so let's find our mini glue dots. There we go. And pop these onto the back. There, so we just need 2. We don't need to hold this down super strongly, just don't want it falling off the page. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. We're going to put that right on there with our mini glue dots. And then my honeycomb, let's see, I might actually attach it with the mini glue dots on the wrong side. There we go. And just like that. All right, and then peel that off. So that's going to stick just fine to our card base. There we go. And then our sentiment is going to go on here with dimensionals. There we go. Grab a couple of those. Pop that sentiment on. And so when you place this sentiment, you want to make sure you're placing it so that it is covering up your mini glue dots. And then I also am going to make sure that my sentiment is far enough over that it's not going to be covered by my sunflower. There we have it. And then my sunflower is also going to go on with mini dimensionals. There we go. And let's see, put it on like that. All right. And then final touch to this is, of course, a couple of bees, one in each direction. So there we have 1 and 2. We'll pop some mini dimensionals on the backs of them. Oh, come on. There we go. And there we go. All right. And then let's see here. Pop this little guy right there. And this little guy right there. Oh my goodness, it is so pretty. All right, so that is our third card. I'm feeling like that should have been a little bit darker. I think maybe I need to re-ink my soft suede, but that's okay. All right, so that is our third card that is pre-designed with this kit. Now, what I love about our kits is, aside from the full color instructions and everything, they also actually have given us a few alternative card ideas on the back. And then we have all these extra pieces as well to create with. So I've got like beautiful backgrounds that I can use for things. And it's just so much to do with this. But what I wanted to show you is how even these beautiful envelopes, there's 2 ways we can use these envelopes. We can, oh, aren't they gorgeous? We can take these envelopes, put our cards inside there, and then they have sized our paper pumpkin this month so that it perfectly fits inside our medium clear envelopes. And then you could use a label on here and send this in the mail in this envelope. That way you don't have to write on and wreck that beautiful, beautiful envelope when you're sending it to someone. But the other thing we can do with this is we can cut it down and use it to create some cards. It's a beautiful DSP. And so the way you can get the most out of this and use it as a DSP is to come along and trim down the edges. And we're just going to take the tiniest sliver off of this card. If you look at the envelope flap, you can actually see where it comes in, and just take like an itty bitty sliver off of there. And then I'm going to do the same thing down at the bottom of my card. There we go. So I've just taken the tiniest sliver off of each side, and that's going to allow this to fully open. And now I have a full piece of beautiful DSP. And there is this little score line here for the flap, but really you should be able to get away with having that there and not being able to see it. The one at the base is a bit more obvious. So I'm actually going to trim right there and use that as its own piece. But the rest of this, you could really use it anyhow you like, any which way, and it's going to work out just fine. So I've actually got, I think, 2 ideas that I'd like to try for some alternatives. I always like to try and make an alternative or 2 on the fly with you guys. So here we go. So I'm going to trim that down. We'll see if we can get away with 4 1/4. I think we can. There we go. All right. So this is going to be a full card front. So then 5 1/2. I'm going to actually trim just a tiny bit more. There we go. And 5 1/2. Just a little bit more off of this. There. All right. So we now have a full card front to design with, and another little strip here to work with. So I am, let's see, I'm going to use a white card base for this one, but it fully covers. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so it fully covers my card front. In fact, I may even be able to go back in and trim a little bit more off of this once I have it glued down. So let's see here. We're going to get this attached, and then we're going to do a little bit of creating. There we go. And so again, I like to use the liquid glue, because then when I'm putting this on, if I don't get it exactly where I want it right from the beginning, it's not a big deal. I can just kind of squish it over, slide it around. Oops. There we have it. All right. So I've got my card front created, and then you can see I've just got a little bit extra there. So I'm just going to go in with my paper trimmer and trim that off. There. All right. So beautiful card front. And now I think we're going to keep this one really, really simple. We had some extra labels, and so I'm just going to grab one of the extra labels we had. And actually, maybe I'm not. I don't really love those colors together. Okay, scrap that. I'm going to grab just any old label that I've got lying around. Let's see, I have a little bin of things that I've cut extra. Let's see what labels I have in here. Not the right color. Oh, interesting. I've been really working hard to use these up, and so I actually don't have... I have a pre-stamped happy birthday. That might work. We'll see. All right. So, well, I have a scrap piece of paper. We'll just create a little label. And perhaps I will do that with my Label Me Fancy Punch. I think that might fit in there. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So any label you've got is going to do for creating on this. And then I am going to grab that gold foil that we had. Here we go. So you can use this gold foil as a whole piece. But the other thing you can do is that you can take some snips and just use portions of it. So just like how on our other card, we had just these fun little tiny honeycomb pieces, we can come on in and do the same thing. And so let's see, we can even kind of lay it over top to get a similar shape and maximize this. So let's come on in here. There we go. We're going to go down a little bit. And you're just going to come through here and loosely cut out a honeycomb shape that feels right to you. All right. And then we're going to be able to get lots and lots of honeycomb bits from this because we're just kind of cutting out different shapes. Okay, and there we go. And then even once you've got this cut, if it feels like it's too much in one spot, you can kind of trim it down again. But I think that one's actually worked out beautifully. So I still have a ton of honeycomb to use. All right. So with that done, in our little label, actually I might just put it kind of off to the side like that. There we go. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to grab my soft suede again. Oh, there it is. And one of our sentiments. Now, let me just double check that these are going to fit. Oh yeah, wishing you happiness is going to fit on there beautifully. So I'm going to use that. Wishing you so much happiness. There we go. All right, so with that done, we're going to use some mini glue dots to hold that down and some dimensionals to put that one down, and I might even put it up a little bit higher. And then we'll add some bumblebees to this, and we have an alternative card. So let's see here. Let's grab some mini glue dots. Take your pick tool. So just like that. And another one right there. And that's all we're going to use to hold that down because I'm also going to have my dimensionals over top of it. Okay, and then let's just snip up the edges of these. I like to use up all the bits of my dimensionals. There we go. Okay, and pop that on there like that. And then grab some bumblebees off of that sheet because we have so many bumblebees here. We'll have plenty for all of our cards. All right, I'll just put some mini dimensionals on the backs of those. There we go. And there we go. All right. And oh, these guys are sticking to me. All right. And then these guys, I'm actually going to put this guy right there at the edge. So he's not quite on top of there, but almost. And oops, I put him, thought he looked funny. There we go. This little guy should go down there. And this little guy is going to go up there. That's better. All right. Now, I do feel like this card still needs a little bit of bling. So I'm going to grab some iridescent rhinestones. Now, you guys, the iridescent rhinestones are pretty awesome because right now you can actually earn them for free. World Card Making Day is coming up. And oh, that's an almost done pack. Where's my full pack? Oh, here we go. Got some more on there. So I'm almost out. So right now, World Card Making Day is coming up on October 1st, and Stampin' Up! Is actually holding a World Card Making Day event. And they're going to be using 3 different bundles to create some amazing cards in a free online event that day. And you can earn a free pack of iridescent rhinestones when you purchase one of the 3 bundles. Now, one of them isn't available yet. It will be available on September 1st. But the other 2, Cottage Rose and, I've forgotten the other one. You can go to my blog at stampinwithleah.ca, and I did a whole post about this. But there's 2 sets that you can order, and then you get the iridescent rhinestones for free when you order the bundle. So super awesome. All right, so that's our first alternative card using the envelope and the free gold foil that we got in our kit. So really, really nice. I love that. Oh, okay. And then my second alternative idea, we'll see if this is going to work. Oh, it is. Yay. Is we're going to use this as kind of like an extra layer along the side. I feel like I want to put something under that though. Let's see. I'll flip that. So we're going to have to trim up those ends just a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to have to trim that just a tiny bit because it's sitting a little too far to be 5.5. So let's see, how do I do that? So I get it to the right length and don't trim too much. Okay, I think that's going to be it. There we go. So just the tiniest amount so that this one edge just goes top to bottom and nothing extra. Okay, that little bit of extra I'll be able to just trim with scissors. Okay, so we've got that going on. And so I'm going to glue, no, I'm going to stamp this first. All right, so I'm actually going to grab these little like leaves and stuff, or maybe the bees. Oh, maybe the bees. I'm going to grab the little bees they gave us. There we go. And I'm going to put them onto this background. So I'm going to actually use soft suede to stamp them just because that's the ink they gave you in your kit. And so, you know, let's not complicate things by adding in extra inks. So I'm going to just use this to stamp some little bees all over the place. And we'll use the other one too, don't worry. Put them sideways, like that. We've got the other little bee. Pop him in there. There. All right. A few more. Don't need too many down here though, because I'm going to be covering that up with a sentiment. I'll pop him in there. Okay. I think that should be good. All right, so we've got kind of bees stamped all over the place on this background. Now you could have used leaves or embossed it or whatever you'd like to do, just adding something of interest to that side of the card. And then we've got this little piece here, and we are going to glue it straight down to our card front and then trim up the extra edges. So I'm going to grab some glue here. So I'm not going to go all the way down into that one corner because I do know that those corners are going to get snipped off, but I am going to go right along the edge of this. All right, there we have it. So glue that down right along the side. All right, and then I'm going to grab my paper snips, wherever I put them. There they are. I'm going to grab my paper snips and I'm going to just trim that little bit of extra. There we go. Oops. There. All right. So that is the front of our card. Now I'm going to grab that same piece of gold that I had before, and I am going to just do another kind of little like fun shaped honeycomb to go around this other sentiment. Okay. There we go. And so just a little piece like that. So we've got just a fun little accent that's going to go right down there. And we had some extra layers, so I think we're going to grab one of these extra blue ones. Although I'm kind of looking at this and wondering, will this one that I didn't like on the first one work there? No. Okay, yeah, so we're going to do this strip right across like that. We're going to put a little sentiment on there and then add some bumblebees and I think a ribbon to this actually. So I'm going to do the thank you, and we're going to again stamp in our soft suede. There we go. So a little soft suede thank you. Just like that. And I almost feel like this needs a sunflower of its own. And we do have an extra sunflower because they gave us 4. So I am going to grab this sunflower. And I'm going to try it reverse this time. I'm going to try stamping my outline first and then the center and see if that makes a difference. I feel like it might. So let's see. Let's get this lined up. I think it goes like that. All right. Stamp once. Peel that off. And then twist it. Stamp a second time. Come on. There we go. All right, and then we're going to use the soft suede for the center. There we go. So let's see. Oh, that's much better. I just didn't ink it properly the first time. All right, there we go. So let's see about putting that on there. I think so. All right, just like that. Actually, I don't think I love that. I think I like it better just as it is. So just doing the thank you and no sunflower. Okay, we'll do it that way. So I'm going to put this one down. I'm actually going to be just a little bit lazy and just use a dab of glue and put that down. And then I'm going to cover up that glue by putting some dimensionals on the back of this one and using it to hold it all in place. Okay, there we go. And that one. Okay, pop those off. Going to use that to cover that up. There we go. All right, so that's going to hold in place nicely, and then we're going to grab a few of our little bumblebees. So that guy and that guy, and some mini dimensionals. Getting lots of use out of my mini dimensionals today. Super cute. Love these guys. All right, so now that guy is actually going to go right on there. And this one who's stuck to my hand. There we go. It's going to go right down here. Oh my gosh, they're so sweet. Okay, no, I don't want him there. Okay, come on, peel off. I want him closer in so he kind of pops off of the mossy meadow background. There we go. And then this definitely needs a ribbon. That's what it's missing. So this is where we're going to add in an extra product that didn't come with the kit. Let's see what we are going to use. I almost feel like I should use something shiny. Maybe not. Let's see. Something to bring out that purple. Nope, that's too pink. All right. What are we going to use? Let's see. I think, maybe. Nope, I think maybe we're going to go with some basic linen thread. Now, the problem with that is, there it is. I wasn't sure where I'd put it. All right, so I think we're just going to use some linen thread on this and kind of keep it more neutral and natural. And we're going to wrap this around. So I do want my bow to actually be down lower on my card. Oops. There we go. And I'm going to wrap that around twice. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm not the best at wrapping things around whole cards, so we're going to give that a try again now that I've got the length that I wanted cut. Okay. Let's see here. Hold it that way. Wrap it like that. And then we're going to just simply tie a knot to start with where my two ends are equal. And then I'm going to kind of scooch this around so that I have it where I want it. All right, because that wasn't quite the position I was looking for. So there we go, just like that. And we'll separate those a little bit. Here we have it. And tie a little bow here. So I could have tied this, I suppose, around the envelope flap as well before I glued it down, but I feel like it would have been a little bit bendy and a little bit hard to handle. So that's going to work out really well. All right, and actually, maybe we'll move it over even a bit more. Come on. There we go. So the thing with ribbons is once you've tied them around, you can kind of scooch them around and put them wherever you'd like them. So I want that one to kind of fall like that right under my sentiment. And there we have it, our second alternative. Oh, now I totally forgot to put an insert into this one. So we do want a white inside on this one. And before we put that in, I am going to stamp just a few little bumblebees down at the bottom. There we go. Oh, I'm off the screen. Sorry, guys. There. So just a few bumblebees at the bottom, and we can stamp a few of those guys onto our envelopes as well. And then that goes inside. Oh, we can take the dimensional backings out there. All right. So as you can see, the kit itself is gorgeous, and then there are so many things that we're going to be able to do with this with all the extra pieces. So that's all I'm going to do tonight, kind of on the fly. But do watch my blog. I'll post photos of all these cards on my blog tomorrow. And then I will do other alternatives and post them on my blog as well. So if you don't already subscribe to my blog, it's stampinwithleah.ca. And then you can just follow that, and then you'll always get all these updates and everything. Oh, thank you, Janet. And so all my extras will be posted on there. And then tomorrow morning, I'm actually doing a free online card class, and it's featuring the Celebrate Sunflowers stamp set. So if you missed out on this paper pumpkin, you can still grab the Celebrate Sunflowers, and we'll have some fun creating with this one. And I'll show you guys some cool folds and some fun stuff that we can do with that. So this is our paper pumpkin, and oh, I just absolutely love it. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me tonight, and hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow morning. If you're not up to getting up at 9 a.m. on a Saturday, then just watch the replay, find out about what's going on, and see those cards. And yeah, have a wonderful Friday night, everyone. Bye.